Yep.
Let's do it.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 435, recorded September 16th, 2015. I'm your host, Brian Kilby, and with me this week we have Diecast, Don, Matt, and John DeLuna. Rob Clay and XV are on assignment, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, so let's see here. Don, your video went out. Don!
Come back to us, Don.
Don, your video!
Dag-nabbit, rasa-frackin' frick-frack.
So, I was hoping that we would have a show today without any technical difficulties, but there's one right there in the first 30
You know
seconds.
what? If this was primetime news, you telling the audience that XV and Rob were on assignment, that's really code for, like, they got a DWI. That's
well,
local news.
You were a news producer, so you know this stuff.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, they're in jail.
Now, the funny thing is, I didn't realize how common TV producers or news producers are. Like
a lot of local channels out there.
Yeah, I mean, like counting you, I have several friends who have been TV news producers, and 3 of them were on my old team at work, and another friend of mine is married to one. So, God, it's such a common job. I had no idea.
It's like a step up above janitor. Day janitor, not night janitor.
All our TV producer friends out there, we apologize. Hey, Diecast, you went to RetroCon this weekend.
Yes, I did.
I saw Facebook posts, photos, videos, and from a lot of people, not just you. So that seems to be a bigger convention than I thought.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's in a pretty big room. They had panels. This time it was 2 days. I think that was the first time. I could be wrong, but I think that was the first time. It was a 2-day event. Rick Alvarez was there from Play With This Too, and I got to talk to him.
He's also on a TFYLP.
I got to talk to him, hang out with him, and take some photos of the prototypes he has. So I believe that's supposed to start on Kickstarter on Friday. So it's a big day to him, and I wish him well.
We'll share that out once that goes up.
And there was a lot of stuff there, especially like it's not just Transformers. I mean, it's retro, so anything 80s. There's a lot of video games there. There's a lot of stuff. Like I always take my steps on there, and he's always interested in video games.
What's the biggest property that shows up at RetroCon? Is it Transformers or is it something else?
Oh, it's a good mix. I mean, there's Star Wars, there's Transformers, there's G.I. Joe. There was some Mask stuff I saw.
But
some
is there
Dino
Visionaries?
Rider stuff in the box.
Visionaries?
And there's probably some stuff I even missed just because I only
Smurfs,
noticed so much
Rainbow
stuff.
Bright, Strawberry Shortcake.
I did not see any Rainbow Bright. I didn't see any Kim Possible for Don.
What about the Get Along Gang or the Short Tails?
Yeah,
there's a huge Get Along Gang contingent on the internet.
Now, Brian, Rainbow Bright is busy battling the evil forces of Warner Brothers to put color back in their movies.
Godspeed, Rainbow Bright.
Yeah,
Godspeed.
Good job. So, I'm surprised there are not more people that are like into the Get Along Gang or the Berenstein Bears or something. I have nostalgia for that stuff.
I think a lot of kids grew out of that really quickly.
Yeah,
I'm having problems remembering
the-
what the Get Along Gang is.
What about the Adventures of the Little Koala?
I remember that. Is there doesn't that get lumped into just overall Nickelodeon nostalgia?
Yeah, Pinwheel.
Yeah. Today's special.
Yeah.
Which was crazy.
But I saw the pictures. Diecast with the Dino Riders, and I remember them being on the shelves and just looking awesome. But there was so much Transformers out there, and I didn't buy any of the Dino Riders.
and they're so big.
Yeah,
I don't know if they would ever do that again. Those toys were awesome.
They were huge. Them and the Sectors. Those were some big toys as well, because they were, gloves. But
Rick Alvarez found a bat cave from Batman Forever, and the box was huge. I was like,
Oh.
I can't imagine anything being that big on like Toys R Us shelves or
Well,
Walmart shelves anymore.
They've got a 24-inch tall Leonardo that turns into a playset now. Basically, he's as tall as Fortress Maximus.
That Star Wars Millennium Falcon is being reissued for the new movie.
Which one? Powers of the Force?
The huge one.
Interesting. I kind of always wanted that.
But they've changed the radar dish, so it matches the new movie.
Oh, okay.
And they're reissuing it, yeah.
Interesting. And it comes with an old Han Solo, I guess. Interesting.
Probably.
Interesting. So, is Ghostbusters a thing anymore?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's Ghostbusters people walking around at RetroCon dressed up like Ghostbusters. So
Interesting.
the one guy even had the walk. He was like, dun, 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 dun. Yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah. Plus, also, Brian, you've got the Mattel recently did some of the equipment, like the Ecto goggles and the PKE meter. You've got the upcoming Lady Ghostbuster movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you say Mattel, you mean like the Matty Collector stuff?
Yeah, the Matty Collector stuff.
Interesting. Very cool. Okay, cool. Anything else Diecast about RetroCon?
No, I mean you guys should come up and enjoy it with me next year. At least Matt, he's kind of close enough where he could possibly come up and enjoy it with me.
Yeah, and I could come up and explain what half the stuff is.
Yeah. Hey, so while we're talking about conventions, a friend of mine on Facebook on a private group started sharing photos from BotCon 99. And even though I wasn't at BotCon 99, most of my friends there and the photos are my same age. And if you're taking part of the RSC drinking game, go ahead and take a shot because I haven't felt so old in the longest time.
Those photos look like they're 50 years old.
I know. And there was a photo of Don hanging out with them. And Don was basically in that photo our age now. And he looks so young.
Hair.
And he looks so young.
I was surprised how he was in the background of that picture, and I was like, I didn't want to say it, but I was like, wow, that looks creepy. Don's just in the background, like,
Yeah, he was there.
straight faced, and
Well, now that was St. Paul, right?
Yeah, St. Paul.
That was St. Paul. Yeah. I think I was just really tired from the trip and everything. That happened not long after I landed, I think, and I was just kind of there.
Yeah, I wish I was there. I know what I was doing at that time, though. I was hanging out in the IRC channel where all of our friends there congregated, talking to a couple people who probably aren't around anymore, saying, like, I wish I was at BotCon.
Yeah, that used to be the thing to do.
That was the thing to do, like posting on Alt Toys Transformers or on IRC while everyone else is at BotCon and nothing's happening. It's like, wish I was at BotCon. Cause
we have to wait till they come back from BotCon to get the news.
Yes! It was so weird.
Yeah, I can't even imagine that now.
Like,
when
now,
we get news, like, as soon as it happens, like, 2 seconds later, and it's there.
and this isn't a knock against BotCon. This is just the way things are going.
Reality.
You don't even have to go to the convention to experience it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, at all. I mean, seriously.
Like, I feel special when I go to New York Comic-Con or a toy fair, and you have this, 45-minute, hour-long presentation before anyone can do any real news. Well, we can tweet, but that's about it. We can't do photos or pictures. Yeah. So it's tweet only, and that's like special. Like, hey, I'm seeing this stuff, and people are just reading it, and they have no idea what it looks like. And that lasts for an hour, and it's over.
Yeah. Hey, breaking news. I don't know if this is true, and it's only tangentially related, but I say it's breaking. I literally just saw the story post at CBR, Comic Book Resources. According to the Hollywood Reporter, Stanley Weston, who created the concept of basically G.I. Joe, they are trying to retake the rights from Hasbro. Wah wah. So,
I don't see that happening.
If it did, what would it matter?
Yeah.
So they think they can run the property better?
And today happens to be the 30th anniversary of the airing of the first regular episode of G.I. Joe, apparently.
Well, I mean, they can't do much worse.
Yes.
That would have been Mass Device.
Mass
right?
Device was it was a miniseries.
Yeah.
So that was earlier.
The regular. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So interestingly enough.
I miss G.I. Joe.
Yeah, me too. I miss that being a thing, but nobody supported it. So.
Yeah.
I remember I saw on Twitter a while ago someone was talking about they saw the movie opening for the first time, and it was just so crazy afterwards. I said, "Well, the movie opening is the best part of the movie."
Oh, far and away, absolutely.
It's pretty iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie's not bad, but the opening
it goes way off the rails though. Like
it's not
way
bad
out in left field.
It's not like Transformers. It's not bad. It's just not
Transformers
great.
is 100 times the movie G.I. Joe.
Oh no, not even close.
Oh yeah.
G.I. Joe is a much better movie than Transformers the movie.
Dear
but
Lord, no, it's not.
yes, it is. Transformers movie is genuinely bad.
What a fight.
G.I. Joe is just mediocre. But I love Transformers movie, don't get me wrong. But it's a bad movie. G.I. Joe is just mediocre.
Transformers the movie introduced some things that I love. I'm not sure. I think like the number of things. Yeah, the number of things that G.I. Joe the movie produced that I love. It's a lot shorter list.
Oh, absolutely. No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love season 3.
I know what you're saying.
But I mean, as far as movies go, and qualitatively speaking, G.I. Joe is better.
I actually would like G.I. Joe the movie a lot more if it was kind of the finale of the series.
It should have been.
Because like after that story, where do you go?
Well, I mean, how long until the Deke series showed up? It was. Deke wasn't like it showed up the next cycle in the year. Wasn't it like a year or so later that the Deke series started?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, the main thing is though, for all of its faults, the animated movie is still better than the live action ones, in my opinion.
I kind of like the second one.
The second one's fun. I don't mind the first one. It's just kind of.
I couldn't make it through
terrible.
the first one. I didn't even watch the second.
The first one is terrible. The second one's honestly kind of fun.
You mean Revenge of the Fallen?
No, G.I. Joe. Dog.
Oh,
but the second one is just like, yeah, we're doing the '80s property. Like they kind of just took off.
I might have to try that. I might have to try that one out. Yeah.
It's worth watching. And now that
the first one's an abomination that I couldn't stand for more than 5 minutes.
It's terrible. It is terrible.
Wait. There's 2 G.I. Joe movies?
Yes, they made a sequel. Sequel starred The Rock.
Oh, okay. You're
and
saying
Bruce Willis.
Okay, you're doing live action. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you switched. I'm thinking animated, and I didn't realize you made the switch to live action.
Keep up, Don.
Yeah.
Come on.
So now that
they both made good money, apparently too.
I think they did okay.
I mean, they did enough to warrant a third one, which apparently everybody doesn't want to do.
Yeah. Okay. So I pissed off all the Transformers movie fans. I apologize. Let's go ahead and move along. So, hey,
that's what happens when you go sprouting wrong opinions, Brian.
It's only like 90% of our audience.
I know. So I got some stuff this week. It was stuff that Melvar got last week. So if you want to hear about it, just go back and listen to last week's episode. And Melvar and I pretty much are in total agreement about the toys. So
Blue Streak is
beautiful.
A thing of beauty.
Beautiful.
Everyone needs one. Your life will not be complete until you have one.
It makes me I like it so much. I want to get that Silver Streak version.
I kind of thought the same thing, and I hate myself a little bit for it.
The one
I already have 4.
Or the other, or is there another one?
There's another one. There's one that
the Silver Streak.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The one that we all thought we were getting Blue Streak from the first time.
I have the Silver Streak. It's the knockoff version, but I was like, yeah, at least I got the Silver Streak.
Yeah.
And if it's the same paint scheme, like if this is close to what, it's not worth it. Just stick with the blue streak and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if somehow, somewhere, they're going to pull out the Universe Prowl or the Universe Silver Streak mold and do it as an exclusive in blue.
You mean the color or the mold?
The mold, and do it as a...
If they were smart, they threw that mold away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, for a store exclusive or maybe a web exclusive, and they want something cheaper than the Masterpiece version, I'm just wondering if we'll see that anytime in the next 6 months.
It won't be much cheaper than the Masterpiece version if they got to pull it out and do a deco just for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. Did I get anything that Melvar didn't mention? I got the Kabaya box, the box of the 8, the retail box of the Kabaya Seacons. So it's the 6 pieces plus 2 extra.
I'm sorry.
Why are you saying that?
I don't know. Kabaya is just...
I love that stuff.
Well, they're gum kits. Gum being a stretch of the word for that product.
I got a tummy ache after eating a couple pieces of it. It's not great. But no, I love that stuff. That's like what's the phrase? My jam. I love that stuff.
I still need to pick up Fortress Maximus at some point. I still haven't picked up Fortress.
It's great.
That's like people are into the Q Transformers. I mean, it's a thing. It's just not my thing.
So keep in mind, I was steeped in the era which the mini-cast upcoming with John and Ant really talks about this. Back when there was not a whole lot of stuff. So anytime anything popped up like those Q Transformers or gum kits or anything, I was all about it because that was like the best stuff that we got. You know, now that we're spoiled and we get, you know, masterpiece versions of these characters and everything, a lot of people just have forsaken that stuff, but I still like it. It still holds a very special place for me because it's kind of cool and it's not just the generic stuff that you see. Or generic's not the right word.
The Q-Former stuff kind of reminds me of the bot shots.
Bot shots.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, that's, honestly, if I know they're not the same thing, but if you showed me a picture of a bot shot or a Q Transformer and told me that it was the other one, if you told me a Q Transformer was a bot shot or vice versa, I'd probably believe you. But yeah, so I got that. Let's see here. Anything else? I didn't open my Legends figures.
Override Runabout.
Yeah, I did open G2 Bumblebee, and sure is a gold repaint of that Bumblebee toy.
Yes.
Well,
yes,
what did you expect?
So,
And you know what? When we get the red version, it'll sure be a red repaint of that same mold.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and I'll buy it because I'm a sucker.
I already have it pre-ordered.
Me too.
It's not like they can
I
do a
hate
lot
the
of paint
arms on that
colors
figure.
on
I
it.
hate them so much, but
yes, they can diecast. Though. Remember the entire Argentine run.
No,
Yeah.
I mean like multiple paint colors on the same mold. Like blue streak is blue. It has
Yeah.
a bunch.
I
of
don't
different
think they'll
colors
do that with Bumblebee. But I'm pretty sure we'll see a blue version,
We
a
get a
blue
Herbie.
use of that mold.
A Herbie the love bug version.
Oh god, that would
Yeah.
be horrible.
Hey, did anybody else get anything? I know Diecast had to.
Well, I kind of got something. It's not a transformer, but it is a car.
Oh, you got a new Corvette.
Yeah. Because Bumblebee was getting a little old.
So I asked him what model it was. He was like, "Huh?" I'm like, "What year is it?" It's like, "Oh, it's 2016." I'm like, "Oh, of course."
It's a Stingray. No, my answer was Stingray. No,
You did.
But
So it's a very pretty car. It's very white, and
Yeah.
very.
I can't pick a name though. I want a Transformers name for my car, and I just haven't.
Listeners, send Diecast. Tweet him at Diecast2 with suggestions for his
He's
Corvette.
he's looking for a white car. I'm trying to talk him into either drift or downshift. So
Now I like downshift but I'm a big Omnibot fan. Hey, Diecast, why don't you put another picture up on Twitter so people watching now will know what to look at.
Okay.
Yeah, do it. We'll and retweet it out. That'd be great.
Yeah.
So okay, so you're not buying any more Transformers for the longest time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back just a tad.
Okay, so I'm going to share this out. I never shared the stuff that we talk about in the chat, but Don was looking at a GT Mustang, and Matt just typed out, "See, Don, Diecast bought a midlife crisis car. You should too." So everybody tweet at HMRC4EVR and tell Don that he needs to get that GT Mustang that he saw.
But I can't drive it. It's
You can
straight-
learn.
I'm not gonna learn on a $20,000 Mustang.
Why?
You
I
can
learned
learn-
on
Wreck it.
people's $50,000 cars. So
you can learn on my $2,000 truck after you buy it.
No, I will stick with my F-150 and my mom's Honda.
a new car, you're less likely to go through the clutch because it's brand new. A old car with a really old clutch, that's when you really have to know how to
Okay,
drive
right.
it so you're not burning the clutch up.
Outside video games, I have no hand-eye coordination. I can't.
Bowling, Don. We saw you bowl fantastically well, right?
Exactly that. There's
Yeah,
my-
we'll just put some Phil Collins on the car stereo and let you go.
It's foot-hand coordination. That's all you need.
my foot's gonna go somewhere in a minute.
You can
It's gonna go
feel.
in a
You
minute.
can feel the machine, and you can feel when it needs to be shifted. You don't even need to be looking. You probably should be looking for other things while you're driving, but you don't need to. You don't need
No,
to see to be able to shift.
It was just a spur of the moment thing. I had a flash of testosterone. It passed. I'm back to not caring. So it's all,
I got my shot of estrogen to even it out. I'm good to go.
Very nice. Okay, so anybody else that didn't get like a $75,000 car?
I didn't pick up anything. Everything I've got still pending, waiting on orders to come in.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and jump to This Week in History. So, This Week in History, 1987. Family Home Video releases Transformers the movie and The Return of Optimus Prime on VHS and beta in the United States.
and it was epic.
Yeah, I still like.
Because it's better than G.I. Joe the movie.
Okay, Return of Optimus Prime. I might say that it is. I love the Return of Optimus Prime like so much. I really do. But I can close my eyes and hear that sound effect of the FHE logo, that really awful 80s sound where the logo like rises up on the screen. Man, it's pretty great.
Because I remember, I've mentioned this before, not long after the movie come out, they were doing a promotion that if you bought a Transformer $4.99 or more and sent in the proof of receipt and the little coupon, that you could get Transformers the movie for $2.75 on VHS.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and there was a toy store called Tons of Toys in Greensboro, and I bought Pretender Doubleheader.
Oh, nice.
And I remember getting the video in, and I remember watching it and I remember my father was watching it with me for the first time when I was watching it downstairs. We only had one VCR, of course, because they were expensive back then. And he said, why don't they just rebuild him?
Because they can't.
Yeah, they
They
just
can't.
can't. This is one of those things that can't be. And he was wondering, well, just go fix them or replace this, replace it. It's like, he didn't understand the gravity of the situation.
I mean,
But
in any other circumstance, they would just fix him.
Like Ultra Magnus, an hour later into the movie, but
I mean, he was dismembered. The Junkions fixed him up pretty quick. So yeah, man, but I love Return of Optimus Prime like so much. It's not my favorite episode, but it's just I enjoy it every time I watch it. I just like to see the interplay between Optimus Prime and Galvatron, even though it's basically Optimus Prime and Megatron, but not an inept, useless, worthless Megatron. It's Galvatron, so he's actually pretty good.
crazy powerful Megatron.
Yeah, Galvatron is so much better. I saw on Facebook. I saw this these people debating on. Actually, there's no debate. The question was, who's better, Galvatron or Megatron? Everybody's like Megatron. I'm like, did you watch an episode of the Transformers? The answer is clearly no. Okay, jumping to the news. So, Dame Chalk on Facebook reported that G2 Superion has appeared at Chinese retail. It's about $86 in the local currency, which is, and I'm pretty sure that Rob was channeling Don when he wrote this story on TFormers. He said, "That's a good deal." And that's awesome. And I'm going to try to show video. If it crashes, apologies. So
$86 for a full combiner with the bonus Legends figure is a really good deal.
I'm going to buy it.
You know what bothers
Absolutely.
me about this? It's already hitting, and we don't even know what retailer it's going to be at.
Do we know that it's going to be an exclusive?
You're just going to buy it online anyway.
No,
What's
we don't
the
know.
difference?
But like I mean,
You're just going to buy it through tfradio.net/Amazon.
Yes.
I was about to say, I hope that Amazon gets it because that will be where I buy it from.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Unless they get it really late and won't, kind of like the Devastator thing.
I
but
couldn't remember if this was announced that it was going to be a store exclusive or what.
They didn't say.
What about Victorion? The same difference?
Same thing. It's a box set.
No,
just
we
like
haven't heard
this,
anything
so-
about that yet. Yeah.
Yeah, I just figured it would be like an exclusive to like a web store or something.
So now we know the order though, because it's going to be Superion, Menasor, and then the other one, the fan belt's going to be last. Victorion.
Yeah, it's last in my heart too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I
like it. I want to like it more than I do.
That's exactly where I'm at.
that
if
might
the-
be the
if-
one I
if-
skip.
Maybe if some of the names were better, that would help. But
I-
Rust Dust is a terrible name.
It is terrible.
Just
I
god awful.
I think its saving grace though is that it comes in a box set, because otherwise it would just be completely unsellable, as is on the shelf. Because it'd basically be like buying like Garbage Pail Kids, where it's the same art with different names. It would just get confusing.
I wish they wouldn't have done the color scheme that carries over from figure to figure. I would have liked to have seen a little more variation. Just
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. So, moving along, Masterpiece Ironhide, old familiar faces in vehicle mode. John, why don't you tell us about that?
Yo. I don't know what to say other than this is like if you hire a contractor to build a house. And he builds the worst house you could imagine and doesn't follow your vision at all. But when he's done, he comes to you and says, on the bright side, I painted the kitchen your favorite color. And if he expects you to do a 180 on this smoking pile of S that he's built, it ain't happening. So what I mean to say is Masterpiece Ironhide has the little G1 crazy G1 toy faces inside the
The windshield.
front row seat of the van. So
that's so they can do the black repaint, the black Diaclone repaint down the line. I'm sure.
and also to like say, hey nerds, don't hate us too much because we put this awesome random reference
Nodded.
in here.
Nodded.
Not helping.
Yeah.
Not helping.
Yeah.
And you know you're going to buy it because it's official.
I'm not.
Don't hate us. Nerds.
You'll get it because it's official, and you'll get Ratchet, and you'll get the black Diaclone, and you'll get the green Ratchet because you know they're going to release them all.
And like I said,
Got to catch them all.
I have the two iGear versions. I sold my classics versions. I am perfectly fine with the two.
Don, you have the two iGear versions?
I've mentioned that several times in the past. Yes.
Yeah, he mentions it every week.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, every time
Only
we
if-
mention Ironhide, he says that.
Well,
his
I'm
version's fine.
I'm just saying I'm happy with those. I don't like the looks of this Ratchet. This Ironhide. I can't imagine Ratchet being any better. Please, Takara, prove me wrong.
So what you're
But-
saying is the iGear ones are okay.
Yeah, they look better. They're just a tad short for scale, but they visually are fine.
Now, we were actually having an argument between us about the Voodoo because it didn't look that great from behind, but I don't think Masterpiece Ironhide looks...
Ryan is offended by all the screw holes.
There's so many screw holes in the back
There's
of it.
screw holes on Masterpiece Ironhide
But
on the back,
It
too.
looks nothing. It looks like
There are huge gaps where there's nothing, and then tires folded around on his butt on the official one, and that looks better than some screw holes that you can easily cover up with stickers.
I guess if you covered it up with stickers, it wouldn't be so bad. But
You
it just
know, repro labels will get to that.
it looks like it's pot marked and like cratered on the back. It's just
Are
got
you
so
gonna?
many.
Are you gonna? When you put it on your shelf, are you gonna face it so you can see the front of the figure or the back of the figure?
So okay, that's a great question. And the thing is, when it comes to these toys, a lot of third party companies make concessions on the toys, especially like on the like even DX9, make concessions on the back side of the toy because you're just gonna pose it on the shelf, so why even bother with the back? Well, I mean,
But some of those companies will also send little plastic plugs to cover up.
I have nothing to do with holes. I mean potholes. I'm talking about like just complete gaps and stuff. Stuff again that's missed. Like it's missing Masterpiece Ironhide. But if I'm spending $150 on something, I want it to be pretty freaking awesome.
But I mean, there's so much engineering to get it to look show accurate or show accurate as they can. Sometimes there has to be a compromise.
If you can't do it, don't sell it.
On the back side, because that's the least likely place that people will be offended.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. But if you're selling something for the cost, to me, the Takara version from behind looks better. I'm not saying it looks great. I'm not saying the toy looks great.
I look forward to you getting that in hand so we can hear what you really think of it.
In general, the toy kind of looks like butt.
I look forward to all of you guys getting various versions of Ironhide or not Ironhide and hating all of them.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's.
And then Don will be happy. I got my high gear version, and he still loves it, and he didn't spend an extra cent on it. Yeah. So while we have that out of the way, hey, Matt, tell us about the new art that we've got from Sins of the Wreckers.
Okay, so IDW artist Nick Roche has posted a first look at a sketch of how RC is going to appear in Sins of the Wreckers. Sorry, the follow-up to the ever-popular Last Stand of the Wreckers. And he promises that there will be much scowling RC content in there, because as we all know, IDW RC is rather foul-tempered.
So we've talked about it before, but I'm not really looking forward to this.
I am divided on this. First of all, James Roberts is not involved with this, who was very much involved with Last Stand of the Wreckers. This is all Nick Roche. But Nick Roche was
the writer.
Yeah, Nick Roche was involved with Last Stand of the Wreckers, but this is all Nick Roche. He's covering writing and I think interiors as well. But
yeah,
it's going to be a different kind of story with a different cast, and I think Last Stand of the Wreckers should have been the Last Stand of the Wreckers.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't see how a follow-up is going to be able to.
I mean, I don't see that it's necessary, because what made Last Stand of the Wreckers so great was that it was a good, serious attempt at a Transformers story.
And it was a natural closing point.
Yeah, and it existed in a pre-More Than Meets the Eye world. Now that we live in a post-More Than Meets the Eye world, it's not really necessary.
Now, if I get Springer and Impactor back, great, but this is going to have to do something special to turn me around.
Now, not having read Last Stand of the Wreckers yet,
it's wonderful. Go read it now.
The parallel that I'm seeing, Brian, are you afraid this is a Dark Knight Returns?
I am afraid this is Dark Knight Strikes Again.
Okay, so
yeah.
Because that seems like that's kind of the sequel no one really asked for.
But that's the thing. People have been begging for this.
Oh, they have? Okay. All right.
Last Stand of the Wreckers is hugely popular, and for good reason. It's a very good story. But I am not one of the people who was calling for a sequel. I was perfectly fine with what I had.
Yeah, I don't need it.
I'll read it. I hope to be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, if it's good. So here's the thing. So it's not like Dark Knight Strikes Again, because Dark Knight Returns, my most favorite comic of all time. Love it. And, that was, 13 years later, something like that, 14, 15 years later, 16 years later, the sequel comes out, hoping it was great. It wasn't. Well, it hasn't been that incredibly long since Last Night of the Wreckers 1. It's not like we're not getting good Transformers comics on a weekly basis, or monthly basis, anyway. And, ultimately, if it's bad, it's just going to be another Transformers comic in a sea of great Transformers comics. So it's not really going to have that big of an impact. So, I guess I'm fine with it. It doesn't mean as much to me as the terrible sequel to Dark Knight. returns.
Like
Now-
I'm absolutely willing to give this a shot. I hope it's good. It's not like they just pulled somebody off the street and go, here, write a Wrecker story.
Yeah.
They got Nick Roche involved. It's his story, it's his idea. So there's hope.
Let's just hope RC's not running around colored like Cheetor. Then we'll have an issue.
Yeah, there you go. So Diecast, tell us about the Kre-O Battle Changers that showing up.
Oh, to my chagrin, they're actually showing up at discount stores. So that means, my personal experience with the Transformers at the discount stores is they're not that plentiful. So they may have one box. And then, so if you're really trying to get them, it's kind of hard to locate them at a discount store unless they have tons and tons of stock, which usually does not happen at the discount stores. But they were spotted at a Marshall's, and they said the price of the Battle Changers is given as $7.99. I don't know how widespread this is, and I actually thought I heard of them hitting discount stores before. So hopefully we see them, and hopefully they're plentiful, because there's nowhere else to get these that I know of.
Yeah,
Toys R Us never stocked them.
Never saw them.
It's such a disappointment. I saw some of these in person at New York Comic Con, and some of these looked really good, the ones that actually transformed and stuff, and they had a neat little gimmick. They all had capture compartments for the Autobot or Decepticon that you captured, which I thought was neat. So I think it's a series that didn't need to die, and what they were doing was pretty cool. And it's unfortunate that probably their only retailer, Toys R Us, ended up dropping them.
Yeah, sadness. Really want them. Hopefully I have a friend out there that can find them for me. Hey, so big news-ish. So Cartoon Network has been airing Robots in Disguise on the weekends. 6:30 in the morning on Saturday, something like that. Well, now it will be aired during the week. Still at 6:30, so the time hasn't changed. But if you get up that early anyway, that's actually too late for me to watch it, because I'm already on the way to work.
I'm already at work.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's at least now, I can't get up at 6:30 on Saturday. I mean, if I do, I did this past Saturday, but it's just so hard because I try to catch up on sleep. So now, at the very least, it is being played it is being played more often. So hopefully you will have a better chance of seeing it.
Plus, a lot of kids are already up or about to get up at that time and get ready for school. So
that's the time I watched G2 back in the day. So I watched G2 before school back then. And actually, if I'm not wrong, the Tommy Kennedy season 5 or whatever we actually called that, I think that actually aired at 6:30 on Saturdays when I was a kid, and I actually did get up for that.
Yeah, I remember on 48, but I don't remember what time it came on.
It was early on Saturdays. Okay, let's see here. What else do we have here? What's next? Oh yeah, Don. We have some new photos of Legends Armada Thundercracker.
Right. I actually had forgotten that this was actually Starscream Super Mode, because I try to remember Armada as little as possible. But I love the looks of the colors on the mold. I like the clear missiles that they blend a lot better. They don't draw your attention like the other missiles did on Xerxes and on Starscream. I mean, if you're wanting a new Seeker mold that's not the classic Seeker, there's nothing really wrong with this. It's just, again, it's either Thundercracker or Super Mode Starscream. It just depends on what.
But if you want the full set in Skywarp, you're going to have to get it through FunPub.
Yeah, that's true.
But now,
is that true?
Has it been announced as Skywarp as a FunPub?
Yeah,
it was, Skywarp and Ramjet, right? One of them's the free figure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'd forgotten about that.
But that doesn't mean Takara couldn't do it.
Oh, right. Yeah,
because Takara just doesn't care.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll be honest. That mold has kind of grown on me since I picked up the Starscream because it was on sale or clearance, And then I picked up the Xerxes because it was the first one I had seen in 6 months, literally. I might get this at some point. I don't know. It looks good. It's just, again, it's
We're not
Armada.
going to see it on shelf, so.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying it's. If I see it and I'm buying something and I need something to toss me over a free shipping amount, it's Armada, and Armada holds absolutely no sway with me at all, other than I'm glad it's over.
I loved
what?
the toys.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say, I wasn't going to get it, but now I'm looking at this, I kind of really like that as a Seeker mold.
I like the colors on it.
I love the colors.
Well,
I like the wings, how they come up on the back in robot mode. I think I might pick this up and try and get a Skywarp too, so I can complete the trio.
And I will be honest, if anything is going to replace the Classics mold for Seekers, I'd rather it be this than the Fallen Cybertron jet designs.
You would get a lot of people to debate you on that, but
I
won't
could
be
use
one.
a couple more of those Fallen Cybertron jets.
I'm tired of it. I actually agree with Don on this.
I do too, actually.
Yeah. I know a lot of people love those, but they're just not my thing. Oh, that's up for pre-order now. $30.
Which is not bad for an import figure.
And it comes out in January? Yeah, I'll do that. Buying stuff on the show. Shouldn't be doing that, but I just did. Okay, so let's see here. So moving along, up next. This news item popped up after the show last week, so we didn't get a chance to talk about it. Matt, tell us about the new Masterpiece toy that we're going to get.
Okay, so you know how we've already gotten 4 uses of the Lamborghini mold? Well, here comes number 5. This one is, MP14C Clampdown, which is based on the e-hobby release of the Diaclone, the police car version. It's basically Red Alert with a black head.
Yeah.
Plus, apparently, you get Sideswipe's pile drivers with it, according to the write-up.
I'd buy it.
They should just drop the ABC thing, or you know what I mean? The C is for Clampdown, but just drop that because they're repainting these things so many times. They're gonna run into issues where 2 are gonna have the same letter, and then they're gonna be doing like CA. So they should just do, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's getting ridiculous with the amount of repaints we're getting on these guys. I mean, they're good molds, but
the Lamborghini is a very good mold. It's definitely one of my favorites of the Masterpiece line.
Yeah,
it's nice. It looks really nice. I have a tentative pre-order on it. I'm considering dropping it because it's just too close to Red Alert. I mean, really the only things that are different is the head is black instead of red. It's got a little bit of black on the hood / chest instead of a little bit of red. And it's a police car instead of a fire chief car. There's not a whole lot to differentiate it from the Red Alert that you already have.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll stop there. It crashed.
Do we have to go through that again?
No, we should have through that. So, son of a gun. I hate this.
I mean, it's just, I don't.
Blah 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 blah. Okay, we're back. So, Don, you were saying you have no attachment?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I like the way it looks. It's to me, it's a blend of Sideswipe and Red Alert, kind of like it's a mid-transition phase. So it's definitely a nice little deco, but character-wise, I have no connection. It's like Tiger Tracks. They're nice recolors, but I have no character connection. And with so much coming out, like in our next news story, I'd rather put the money towards something else.
Yeah.
The really terrifying thing is if they're going the Clampdown route, we'll probably get deep cover as well, which is just another black use of the mold. I think black and blue, I think that one is, which is pretty much not very far off from G2 Sideswipe that we already have.
But do y'all think this is basically just as a stopgap to have product on the shelf while the tracks
and Road Rage is delayed, or just another
No.
mold?
No, they totally had this plan. They're getting as much mileage as they can out of these molds.
I mean, there's no way that on a dime they could just pop this out because there's a delay on something else.
No, okay.
These Masterpiece figures are not cheap to design, so they're going to milk it for all they can.
Yeah, it's just.
But I still haven't seen my powered convoy.
Yeah.
Getting a little impatient.
Yeah, exactly. So, Diecast, tell us about the new photos from the Legends toys that we've been looking forward to.
All right.
And I can't show it because we just had a crash, which I hope we weren't going to have, but we did. So.
Okay. I'll try and be descriptive then. So these are the 3 molds: the RC mold, the Wind Blade mold, and the animated Arachnia mold.
Yeah, Blackarachnia.
Blackarachnia.
Yeah.
And they're repainted as Nightbeat. What's the
What?
blue?
Nightbeat.
Nightbird.
Or Nightbird, I'm sorry. Nightbird, Slipstream, and Blackarachnia. I guess.
Blackarachnia.
So, and yeah, they look really good. I mean, they're coming out nice. Even Nightbird, which I didn't think was going to be a very strong one, looks pretty nice. The
She looks
colors
perfect to
yeah.
me.
Yeah, other than the gigantic RC backpack, I think it looks
I
fantastic.
love it.
Does she have a screaming face?
No.
It looks like
It's like a hood thing over her head.
Yeah,
She's a ninja.
with
Okay.
with the faceplate.
yeah. I see the purple faceplate, but then underneath it almost looks like a screaming face.
I mean,
from
she's
the photo
probably-
I'm
she
looking
might
at
be
TFormers.com.
She might be screaming because of. Oh God, no, I'm not going to go there. Go ahead. Sorry.
And Slipstream is nice. She's got a smirk on her face, which kind of lines up with the Slipstream we got from the Transformers Collectors Club, which was a repaint of
Starscream.
Starscream. And she also looks very nice. The colors on these are excellent.
Yeah, Takara's done a really good job handling these retools.
Yes, I covet that Slipstream
I covet them all.
above all others.
Yeah,
And the Blackarachnia is looking very boobalicious.
way better
nice.
than it has any right to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had not a lot of hope for that, but that looks great.
yeah. Mixing an animated mold in with the Generations just does not sound like it's something that's going to work. But
It does.
they pulled it off quite nicely.
Yeah.
And the face really does give me that Beast Wars vibe that it should have.
She
and
looks
I-
like Blackarachnia.
Yeah, I think those are due out around the end of next month.
Yeah, end of November.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to stop
October.
collecting, but I could probably stop collecting after these come out. Like,
Well,
these are, like, that important to me. Like, especially that Nightbird.
That's pretty strong. That's,
Yeah, I know.
That's a
If only it
strong
came with the
statement.
Dr. Fujiyama.
I know. But, like, my collection's big enough. If I just had to pick a random point to stop collecting, and I got these, I'd be pretty happy. I love them. I really love them.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the fence about these when I first saw the prototype images, and I was like, yeah, I might as well. I'm really glad I pre-ordered these.
Oh, and
Oh,
I
me
jumped
too.
on these pre-orders right away.
Immediately, yeah.
Because I could definitely see this being an RC situation where they didn't have enough stock or enough run to get them out to everyone that wants them. Now that we're starting to see like the final images.
Sadly, though, looking at that picture of Nightbird, it looks like we're not getting the upgraded Combiner Hunter's hands. It's still going to have the problematic open-handed RC version that doesn't really hold her weapons very well.
It's hard to tell from the
Well,
photo. Yeah,
Look
yeah,
at the swords.
yeah.
Well, now, Melvar, I'm not sure if you can tell here. There we go. So is that what you're talking about there, as far as the open hand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, my RC's been sitting on my desk for weeks now, and this gun has stayed in her hand, no
Yeah.
problem.
Mhm.
I've never had this gun fall out. So I mean, has that been an issue? Because this is the
No,
American version.
it's the fact that the small block that's molded into the hand prevents the handle of the gun or the swords from actually fitting all the way in her hand. So she's
Dawn is
Yeah, okay.
studying.
No, it's just it's a little tall in her hand, but it's never actually falling out.
However, an X-Acto knife takes care of that problem in about 2 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, let's go ahead and move along. So, hey, tfradio.net/Amazon. Our friend of the show, Cosmic Duck, recently bought a Destiny-themed PlayStation 4, and you can too. Go to tfradio.net, click on Amazon, and it'll take you to Don's video died. If Don bought a new PC through tfradio.net/Amazon, he might not be having all these issues with his video.
Yeah.
I blame Massey hair in the keyboard.
No, I think you need a new.
I think you need tfradio.net/Amazon.
Yeah.
You could go buy
Lots
Massey a
of computers
cage.
on
You
Amazon.
could buy Massey a cage,
And then you would never see me again because I would be dead in a corner somewhere.
but
And
yes,
I want to mention that he tweeted that he used
He
tfradio.net
did.
/Amazon, and I did not realize I wasn't following him, so I followed him right away.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you want me to follow you, that's like an instant follow.
Oh, that's an
if
instant
you
follow.
buy something on Amazon, tfradio.net /Amazon,
oh,
I'm
absolutely,
following you.
absolutely,
And if
absolutely.
you tweeted at us, definitely I'm following you because you're a good person.
Just saying, holidays are coming up.
Yep.
Go ahead and get those orders in early. Doesn't cost
I'm
you a cent
gonna-
more.
Yeah. And
I
also,
don't know about you guys, but I shop a ton on Amazon around the holidays because there are always good deals on Amazon during the holidays. People tweeting stuff all the time like that's a good gift, and that's really cheap. So
Yeah, and
Amazon
plus-
is where I did most of my Christmas shopping
too.
last year.
I did a fair amount of mine there last year too, at least half of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, a lot of times Amazon will run specials like if you need to get over the hump for the free shipping. At one point, they had Generations Rhinox for $4.75
Oh yeah.
as a little add-on item to get you over the spending the free shipping limit. So you never know what you're going to find. You just got to hunt for it.
Or if you're stuck having to get like over the hump to get the free shipping, you can just sign up for Amazon Prime through our website too, tfradio.net/Amazon. Sign up for Amazon Prime. It's great.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, so I do have to say this. So I listened to some Podcast One podcasts, and like the shows start off with like 2 advertisements. Then like the conversation will just randomly become an advertisement. So I think for April Fools, I'm going to do an episode of ROC as if it were like one of these large podcast farm podcasts, and it's going to be pretty great. I'm basically going to model it after like the Jim Ross podcast, just as an
Yeah.
April Fool's joke.
I'm pretty sure Hasbro should be paying us by now.
Yeah, it just yeah.
Because we do so much for them.
We do so
I'm
much
just-
for them.
But
yes.
yeah. I'm just joking.
Hey, Brian,
it's
advertise
not like
your
we
barbecue
criticize
sauce.
them or anything.
Advertise what, John?
Your barbecue sauce.
Yes, that's a great idea. I think. I mean, I in all seriousness, I think I'll do that just to see what it's like, and I'll probably
Hey.
hate myself.
Your North Carolina barbecue sauce.
You mean like a bottle of vinegar? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So moving along. So we got new photos of Carnifex the Butcher, which is MMC's unofficial not Overlord, based on the way that he appears in the IDW universe. It looks really nice.
It is pretty glorious.
Yeah.
It's pretty fantastic.
You know, even though it's not Master Force accurate, I like it's a more updated look.
Yeah.
He's even standing still, he looks more dynamic as far as with, not everything being quite as blocky and squared off. And again, the great thing, this is what I like seeing third parties do. We've all mentioned this from time to time. Doing characters that it's doubtful we're going to see Hasbro or Takara do anytime soon. Because I would like to think if we could have gotten an Encore Overlord by this point, like Leo Kaiser or the other Japanese-only figures, I would like to think we would have seen them by now.
Oh yeah.
So, and with the BTS Nova Lord having been canceled some time ago, this will be the best way to get an accurate representation of the character for your shelf. Probably a lot cheaper than what a G1 Overlord would go for.
Yeah, I like this.
Not
better.
that it's going to be cheap. This is going to be an
No.
expensive
But it'll be-
figure. This is about the size of Masterpiece Ultra Magnus.
Yeah,
Right.
I
But
like the
again,
look of it better
but-
than the Nova Lord.
But Overlord is supposed to be gigantic, so it
Right.
works.
Yeah.
But again, if you look at what a non-yellowed, complete enough to get by a G1 Overlord would run you, it's still going to be a cheaper alternative.
How much does a decent Overlord run now?
The last one I saw at BotCon, there was no yellowing, no Power Masters. It was missing a radar dish or two, I think. Had the ramps, and it was $650.
I hate myself for selling my boxed one for what I paid for it.
I kind of hate you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the jet mode. I mean, you can see the feet there, or the back. It's not completely hidden in every situation. But honestly, he's going to be in robot mode most of the time anyway. But he looks good. Hopefully, the price will be affordable-ish for a lot of people, so they can have an Overlord in their collection. Even if you're not a fan of Master Force, and you should be, and you can get it right now for $15 off Amazon, this will be a great Wreckers piece.
Here's somebody trying to sell the exact same one that I sold. Of course, this one's sealed. I'm looking at eBay right now. I bought mine for Don, your video. I bought mine for $400. Of course, this was 10 years ago. The person is trying to sell it for $2,100.
And it's not AFA graded. It's
No.
just sealed.
Just sealed.
Ow.
I bought mine for $400. I opened it. I applied stickers. I loved it for a few years, and then I sold it for what I paid for it.
Ooh, it's AFA graded. Ooh.
This one's not. No. This one's not.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying being AFA would justify that price. I'm just saying that
It
generally
put a
when
little faith into it, but even though AFA doesn't mean a lot to me.
yeah, it doesn't to me either. It's just, and that's a whole conversation we can have, as its own mini cast.
I think didn't we do that already? Or is a topic?
Not
or
like on
something?
AFA.
Okay.
Does anyone care about AFA here?
No.
Not particularly.
Not really. I mean, because none of us are MIBers.
Listeners might.
Yeah.
Men in Black?
Here's a Japanese version. That was the European version. Here's a Japanese one for $800.
I have G1 Overlord still, and I love him. He's under a sheet right now to keep hoping.
I love that, Don.
But
Is it like a blackout curtain or just a
Didn't
regular
Massey
sheet?
break him?
Yeah, no, he not. Massey attacked my ankle. I fell back into the shelf, and of course, I have Optimal Optimus on there that could have fallen off and broken, and I wouldn't have been too beat up. But the only thing that falls off the shelf is Overlord, and he broke two of the little interior black clips where the leg pegs into the jets. Yeah. Two of those. I mean, so his leg's a little wobbly, but he's still standing.
Hey, Don, I didn't realize that was your story. Do you want to talk about Perfect Effect Xerxes?
Yeah, I can talk about that. That is going to be. Let me get to the show notes because I did not read that yet.
Oh, well, I'll talk about it then because I read it. No, go ahead.
Okay. Xerxes. Basically, we're getting it's Nemesis Leo Prime in Nemesis colors.
Live Convoy.
Well, yeah, Loud Convoy. But with a lot of red that you don't... Normally red is a small highlight color, or if it's a deep amber or whatever the case may be on your black primes, your Nemesis primes, whatever. This guy is just baked in red, and it's
nice looking.
It is. It's just a very odd color scheme.
Don't need it.
To be a Nemesis alternative.
So, of course, everybody knows, I think, that Xerxes, Leonidas is the name of the Lao Convoy. So this is Xerxes. Xerxes was the Persian emperor, where Leonidas was the king of Sparta.
I'm actually glad you explained that because I never saw 300. So
that's from history, but it's also from 300.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
I love it.
Sorry, when I was in school, European history was my area.
That was
Did that
European
sequel
history.
come out?
When
That
he
is
was in
Europe, Don.
school, that history didn't happen yet, so...
Oh, funny.
Did that
I'm
sequel
old.
that was about Xerxes come out?
I don't know.
The 300 Part 2, whatever.
I think a sequel did come out, and it wasn't very good from what I understand.
I mean, but yeah, the last I checked, the Peloponnesian War was, Europe.
Just
Okay.
saying, watching
Okay.
300 does not amount to a history lesson.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't think about that. I just didn't.
Now I'm picking.
Whatever. But I mean, it's a good. I mean, I like what Leonidas looks like. It's just I don't have a big, huge need for Masterpiece
new upgraded beast modes. Now that's not counting Masterpiece Optimus Primal next year because it's Primal. But I mean, if they did a Masterpiece Cheetor or a Masterpiece Rhinox, I'd be kind of interested, but not, oh my god, must have. But I like the way this looks.
It's a really nice looking. It's a really nice looking toy, honestly. And it wasn't the Peloponnesian War. I'm sorry. It was the Persian War. But of course, it was the Battle of Thermopylae. Let's see here.
So what? It was a fight over if you passed go or not?
Yes, that's exactly right.
Okay.
Way to go, Don. But yeah, so
they didn't collect $200, Don, in case you were wondering.
No,
okay.
The Persians collected 300 Spartans.
Oh gosh.
So,
but that means they had a killing in the market.
Yes, they did. That's very true. Diecast, tell us about this new model kit.
80s Dream announces UV-01 model kit based on Megatron from the Transformers universe. It's a model kit. It should almost be able to get licensed because it doesn't look like it's a transforming model kit.
And it's from Universe.
And
WTF.
I don't really care.
It's so
you mean that
weird.
online game that died after 4 or 5 months?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
I don't care.
Well, he does kind of scale nice with Evasion Mode Prime. If you want something to go with your Evasion Mode Prime, I would suggest the DX9 upgrade kit to turn him into movie God Genera instead.
Yeah. So, John, what about this new toy from Unique Toys?
Well, it is, I assume, Masterpiece-ish, just like the Not Octane. It is not Sandstorm. So all we've got are resin, I guess, images of all 3 modes of Not Sandstorm, Y03 Sworder. Is that how you would say that?
Sworder, yeah, I guess.
Sworder.
S-Worder.
He's okay. He's all right looking. I mean, Sandstorm's not the most impressive source material, I would say, but I don't know what to say. Just like the Not Octane.
Oh, now
the alt modes are really nice. The robot mode is kind of he's okay.
Octane's
but again,
glorious.
Sandstorm is as source material. You don't have a lot to work with Sandstorm.
This is one I can skip.
Easily.
Yeah.
While not Masterpiece.
The car mode is infinitely skippable.
Yeah, while not Masterpiece and while not really necessarily authentic to the G1 toy, the Generations toy is still an amazing toy. And this looks so inferior in every conceivable way.
Yeah. Now, again,
I wouldn't go that far, but it's not something
yes.
I need to spend money on.
Now, I'll talking about switching gears here just for a second. Their companion piece, provider that Brian and I were just talking about before show,
Which is beautiful.
He looks absolute. If any one of the 3 G1 triple changers needed an update, it'd be Octane.
Oh, yeah.
And
Or Broadside.
Well, Broadside got it with Assaulter to a degree.
Oh, I'm thinking official. I forgot about Assaulter.
Yeah, so, but this is definitely this is a lot more meh than what we're seeing with Provider.
If it wasn't for that Generations toy, I would probably be all about this.
I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I think it's just like Masterpiece Ironhide. This doesn't quite, whatever it is, it doesn't do it for me.
It doesn't have it. It doesn't have the it factor.
Yeah.
Welcome to third party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, a lot of the third party is really nice and really impressive, but this is not, it's not it.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely considering Provider.
Oh, it's beautiful. I pre-ordered it.
Yeah, I will be as well.
It's beautiful.
The size is a little bit, in robot mode, I think it should be scaled with Chigger. So that's but I'll probably just end up getting it and putting it on a different shelf.
Yeah.
To kind of not,
Scale matters not. We have new photos of DX9's Carry, which we agreed that Carry is the name Carry is based on the fact that he's the carrier of the Matrix, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody wants this, right?
No, nobody wants this.
I've been waiting on this damn thing for months. Give it to me.
It's really nice. It is, of course, the third party, not Rodimus, and it looks really good. The sad thing is, I thought this looked so much better than Masterpiece Rodimus, but when I saw them side by side, they're actually more comparable than I thought.
I wish we knew someone who reviewed it, because that would be cool.
Did you review it?
Yes.
Did you already post it?
Yeah, I did.
quite some time ago.
Yeah,
Tell us about it.
It is awesome. I really like the transformation. It's amazing. He's a really good size in robot mode. Definitely masterpiece sized. It's amazing how small the vehicle mode is.
Yeah, I was going to say, Diecast, if you didn't bring it up, there's a picture in this group at TFormers where he is in vehicle mode beside of his target master. It is amazing how much parts compression there is on this transformation. It is just, I mean, it's I would say, now this is just me saying this. This is as close to mass shifting as we're going to get in a toy until, because it's just, he's standing side by side with MP10, but the amount of parts compression, and even with the backpack the way it is, that backpack is not horrible.
Yeah, and it's
not.
one of those transformations, and everyone who knows third party knows this. There's some transformations that are not fun at all,
Yes.
and that are difficult, and not really give you that good feeling. Like, I really like the way that Carry gives you that. It's a fun transformation.
Good.
It's not too complicated, but it's a very satisfying transformation.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah, it's not like he's being crammed into a shell
Yeah.
and the shell's folding around him. He actually, everything has a place. It's kind of like,
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, it is kind of forming around the shell, but it's fun, it's satisfying, and it's not something you see in third party all the time.
Couple questions. One, the shell. It's not like Masterpiece Rodimus. The trailer is not a separate piece, right?
No.
So, two,
it's all one piece.
there is no hot rod mode.
There is no hot rod.
Okay, I can live with that. I mean, the amazing thing, like you said, is that it's one piece, where Rodimus, or Masterpiece Rodimus, was two, and it was super frustrating getting that, for me anyway, to get the Winnebago mode attached to the car.
And this is where I think Unique Toys got it wrong, that DX9 got it right, even though there is some similarities between the companies or designs. Or if you're gonna scale something in Masterpiece scale, try to make it the robot mode, which is what DX9 did here with Carry. And the Unique Toys provider, which is the Octane.
Yeah.
That one is not really scaled robot wise Masterpiece. It's kind of in the middle where it should be, but it's still a really nice transformation and good looking figure.
Why don't you tell us about Pandinus?
It's a really big Scorponok.
I like how TFormers put it. I don't remember who wrote the story, but they call it color photos of Scorponok-ish third-party figure, and I like that because it's definitely Scorponok.
It's a pretty stylized take on Scorponok,
but it's very stylized. Yeah.
But
a lot of people are saying
there's
a lot of paint, so it's very busy. Some people are saying. When we saw it in the prototype form, it looked really impressive. There's something about it, and I just don't know what it is now that it's painted. I'm just not. I don't feel like urge I felt to get it.
I looked really busy when I saw it at BotCon. It looked off, and it looks better now, but it still looks off. Go ahead, Don.
Well, I think to me it looks more like if you had a Scorpion alt mode, this is the kind of robot you would get from it. It looks more insectoid in robot mode, but I think the colors makes it seem smaller than maybe what it is. 'Cause we saw the unpainted prototype, and the thing was just massive. And I just think the paint draws your eyes away from the height and the bulk of the figure, and so it doesn't quite. The impressive factor doesn't come across. But as far as the busy, I don't think it's too busy at all. I think
It sounds to me like you guys are just trying to come up with excuses to not spend $350.
I don't want it. That's the main excuse.
350, maybe like 450.
Yeah, don't want it.
Yeah, it's not going to. I don't need a Scorponok upgraded figure like I wanted Utopia.
Yeah,
but I will be keeping my eyes on that. If and when they do Fortress Maximus, I don't want to have to go back in.
Nah, don't need it.
Try to pick it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Third party needs to be careful with these huge transforming figures because that's really what I want Hasbro to do and do it at an affordable cost.
But the thing of it is, though, we got Metroplex Win, and we haven't really had anything
12,
big since then.
13.
Hasbro, the days.
Well,
of,
Devastator.
like,
I mean, that's the next line in the Titan series. So
Yeah.
we are getting bigger figures. So, and I think we're still gonna continue to get bigger figures because they're gonna have a Titan Wars.
Titan Wars.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
but I mean, there may only be 1 or 2 Titans in the entire Titan War
There
series.
could be
yeah,
one.
but what out of all the figures that have been gigantic, one of the ones you think about is Scorponok. You think of Fort Max, you think of Metroplex, you think who else do you really think of?
Sky
Unicron, huh?
Sky Gary.
Yeah,
Omega Supreme, kind of.
Yeah.
Omega Supreme. So I mean, there's only a handful anyway that really makes sense as Titans. So the only one that I'd really like to see a third party take a crack at, if it was really good, and I would be willing to spend $400 or $500 for it, is a Unicron. But it would have to be really good.
Yeah. Or maybe Diatlas, because he's a big figure.
Fans Project is doing a Diatlas.
They are? Okay.
I believe he's one of the next ones in the Warbot series, actually.
Oh, okay. I did not.
I was thinking of Diatlas when I said Sky Gary, but Sky Gary is big.
Yeah. Of course, now the Sky Gary, you can get the Brave version for $25 in a lot of places. But I like it. It's just not on my must-get list like Utopia was.
I really want to see it now that it's painted in the other mode.
Yeah, that would be kind of nice.
Because there's a base mode and there's, the Scorpion mode. And I don't know if we've seen the Scorpion mode. Have we?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think all we've seen is just the unpainted robot mode prototype, and now this one.
But Matt may be a little bit right. It may be me trying to convince myself that I don't need to spend
I just don't want it. I'm
Yeah.
not tempted at all. Okay, so let's see here. Anything else? That's it for the news. Hey, so on the network this week, RFC Minicast, episode 28. That's the one where John, Don, and Matt revisit What's Wrong with DC Comics.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Yeah.
And Melvar and I still talked about an hour and a half after we stopped recording about the issues we have with DC. So you could have got another 2 or 3 podcasts out of the post show.
We honestly could have kept going, but it was late, and we both have to get up really early to go to work. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, Being Awesome with Rob Springer. Rob talks about Year of the Monkey, Optimus Primal, and a surprise visit from Vic Sage of one of the Nerdist podcasts. So it's pretty cool. Superhero Time presents that one episode of Star Trek: The Offspring. I don't remember that episode.
That's the one where
that's Data's daughter.
Data's daughter.
Oh, lol.
Yeah.
I didn't remember the name of the episode. Okay.
Yeah. Feels at the end.
I love you, Father. Okay.
What a classic.
Yeah, Superhero Time, episode 251. And I started another podcast. If you want to listen to it, you can find it on my Facebook page. it's probably not what you're expecting. Or you can go to briankilby.com/radio. If you're a fan of Don, you might enjoy it.
I in no part authorize, endorse, or support this new podcast effort.
briankilby.com/radio. Okay, so people are loving it. This is one that I can actually share with my friends and not feel like a total nerd. Yep. Okay, so it's terrible. So on TFormers, Matt, why don't you tell us what's up?
Okay, this week on TFormers, we have an article on the newly released Unite Warriors Grand Scourge, and apparently it has a comic pack in with it, a bilingual comic pack in, both English and Japanese, that gives you some backstory on him, on the character. There's an article, so why does Takara, Tomy, Ultra Magnus come with Alpha Trion anyway?
That's a very informative article.
It is.
It is a very informative article. Apparently, there's a Generations webcomic that explains why Alpha Trion comes with Ultra Magnus.
Pretty cool.
And at what point this happens in Transformers history.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And also on the network this week, we have Unite Warriors Streetwise, side-by-side comparison with Combiner Wars Streetwise, where you can see the differences in deco, differences in paint apps. They have comparison shots of both robot and vehicle modes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It looks so much better. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Vehicle mode looks fairly plain, but it's a really nice off-white color that I like. So.
Yeah, I have that pre-ordered.
So do I.
So have that pre-ordered. God, it's beautiful. Okay, so follow us on Twitter at TF Radio. You can follow me personally at BKilby. If you were following me this week, you saw all of my weird complaints about Mario Maker on the Wii U. Long story short, there are not enough people who are good at designing games. But it's still a lot of fun. Let's see here. Matt is not on Twitter. Diecast, you are?
I am at Diecast 2.
And did you tweet out the photo of the Corvette?
My phone was installing iOS 9, so not yet.
Okay.
But it looks like it's done, so I'll do it now.
And Don?
I can be reached at HMRC, the number 4, EVR.
Awesome. And John?
That John D.
Excellent. Awesome, guys. Well, that will do it for this week. For the guys, I've been your host, Brian Kilby. We will see you later. Have a good one.
Take care, everybody.
Hopefully the crash didn't